Back to the daily grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
James Vick is an up-and-coming UFC lightweight contender that seems to have a lot of ranked lightweights somewhat avoiding a fight with him. Now, when I say that, I don't know if everybody's ducking him, but that is what James Vick is accusing the likes of Michael Chiesa, Kevin Lee. He just beat Francisco Trinaldo, but he said he wanted to fight Cowboy. I mean, James Vick is a guy that's trying to call people out, you know, similar to we see this in other divisions. Kamaru Usman, Darren Till. I mean, there's a lot of these up-and-coming they're not even prospects anymore, I don't think. Whenever I think prospects, I think the younger fighters, you know what I'm saying, the Sean O'Malley's of the world, the Benito Lopez's, the Sage Northcutts and stuff like that. They're really young guys. But whenever I see guys that look like they're potentially ready to fight for a title, but they're not being given that opportunity, but they feel like they're ready, the Kamaru Usmans, the Darren Tills, the James Vicks of the world, what happens with those guys a lot of the time is the top ranked fighters don't want to fight them because there's a lot of risk and not very much reward. There's a high chance that these up and coming killers can beat you, but not many people know who they are. So you know what I'm saying? That's just generally why fighters don't take these fights. High risk, low reward. So James Vick has been calling these guys out, and he hasn't been getting a fight. And one of the fighters that he's been calling out, Michael Chiesa, has responded. And he said he doesn't care about a James Vick rematch. He said he sucks and he isn't on my level. Who cares? Who cares about James Vick? Nope. Next, I'll tell you one thing. This is the only thing I'm going to say about James Vick. I knocked him out in the second round. Look at our common opponents. He sucks, and that's why he's ranked below me. Next question. Not giving James Vick too much attention in his interview, but what he's saying is, I knocked him out in the second round. And at first, I was like, what? Really? You know, because that's not on James Vick or Michael Chiesa's UFC record. But so you have to go dig a little deeper, and you find out on the Ultimate Fighter show when these guys fought to get into the UFC, Michael Chiesa did knock out James Vick in the semifinals, and then he went on to face Ali Quinta in the finals, but fucking Michael Chiesa knocked out James Vick before. They have fought before, and so that's an interesting fact because you think about it, reminds me of Conor McGregor and Max Holloway. It's like, yeah, you know, I beat you probably 10 fights ago, and I'll always have that over you. If we ever in the future get into a back and forth, we see Conor McGregor and Max Holloway going back and forth on social media, but Conor McGregor always has that over him. Yeah, but I beat you. You know what I'm saying? He says, I dismantled him that night. Yada, yada, yada. And now you got Michael Chiesa like, I'm not going to fight him. You know, I already knocked him out. So, I mean, that's what this reminds me of a little bit, Conor McGregor. You know, you're taking shots at somebody that you're not going to fight again, and you're always going to kind of win that conversation because you have the win. But my question is, at what time does that other person earn that rematch? You know, if James Vick becomes the champion, I'm sure Michael Chiesa would want to fight him again. You know, I don't think he would still be saying, but right now he's saying that's why he's ranked below me. So maybe as soon as James Vick gets a higher ranking, Michael Chiesa will be down for the rematch. But until then, he's looking at it like, hey, he's ranked under me and I've already knocked him out. So I'm not going to be fighting James Vick as much as he calls me out. And James Vick is like, hey, I'm about to keep calling motherfuckers out till I get me a fight. He got Francisco Trinaldo, and now it's looking like James Vick probably won't be denied for his next fight. But we'll see. We will see. Kamaru Usman got a crazy knockout over Sergio Moraes, and he wasn't ranked, but he can't get a ranked opponent. So that still got him another unranked opponent. James Vick actually got to fight Francisco Trinaldo. Luckily for him, that was a ranked opponent. So now he'll probably get to fight another ranked opponent, but we don't know who that will be, but it's looking like it will not be the Maverick Michael Chiesa, who's coming off of a loss to Kevin Lee. He was submitted a little bit of country. Some people think that was an early stoppage. Some people don't. Who knows? But Michael Chiesa is going to be fighting Anthony Pettis coming up in a near UFC event. I don't know if it's one of the upcoming pay-per-views or a fight night, but Michael Chiesa versus Anthony Pettis is happening, and it's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. James Vick doesn't have another opponent yet, but he's coming off of a win over Francisco Trinaldo at UFC Austin. Looking forward to, you know, the lightweight division's moving and shaking right now. Conor McGregor's potentially about to be stripped. Ferguson and Khabib are about to fight for a title. Kevin Lee's about to fight. Edson Barboza, Eddie Out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the lightweight division. A lot more action than the welterweight division as of right now. And those are two of the best divisions in the UFC. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.